Alright, we got a story today, or tonight, depending on when you're watching this. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning right now. I'm watching the Winter Olympics, watching the snowboarding half-pipe challenge. Pretty sweet. Just watched Shaun White go. That's who I was waiting for. But the story today is going to be about a time when I got jumped by like 5 people and basically got my ass beat. Uh, so let's get into it. Now, how do you piss 5 people off to make them do that to you? Well, this was back when I was kind of crazy. I was like a fucking crazy ass little kid. I was like 16 years old. And there were these people in my town. Well, let me tell you a little bit about my town first. It's a town in North Carolina. It's like right outside of Charlotte. And if you know anything about Charlotte, it's an area where a lot of marijuana goes through. Like, if you've ever heard any rap songs, like new rap songs, you know that Charlotte is a place where a lot of drugs flow through. I was trying to think of an example, but I can't really think of any lyrics right now. But I know you guys know what I'm talking about. A lot of, especially weed, moves through Charlotte every month. A lot. And this town that I live in is about 20 minutes away from Charlotte. Probably like 15 minutes outside of Charlotte. It's like a little country. Like a little country trailer park, fucking backwoods, redneck town that I live in. So, there's not much to do except smoke. So that's what a lot of, basically everybody does. And there are these people that, I mean, there's a lot of, it's like sketch people in my town. Just a lot of people you don't want to piss off. But there's this group of people in particular that sell weed to a lot of people. And they're pretty scary people, I'm not going to lie. They all kind of, a lot of people owe them money. A lot of people are, like, live just kind of scared of them. And they also like to kind of see what they can do as far as, like, robbing people and just seeing what they can take from people. And they also just, like, they like for people to be scared of them. I don't know why. They just like a little, I don't know, it's weird. You'd have to kind of understand the culture here. But, so, I was 16, mind you, when this happened. And I just like doing crazy shit, just for no reason, really, just to say I did it. I don't know why, but that's just how it was. So, basically, these people that I just described, they fronted an ounce of weed to my friend, or he was my friend at the time. So they fronted him an ounce of weed. And if you don't know what fronting someone is, it's basically when you give them a certain amount of weed and you tell them to sell it for you. And you tell them they only have to give you a certain amount of money back and they can keep whatever profit they make for themselves. So it's a good deal for both people. Like, you get your weed sold faster because they know more people. Like, they know probably different clients than you do. And you get your weed sold faster because you're selling what you have, they're selling what they have, you're getting the money they give you, and they get to keep, you know, what, you know, it might be like $30, $40 they get to keep, but they had no money invested into it, so it's basically just a free $30 for them. And plus, you get all your money that you wanted in the first place. So it's just a fast way to get it sold. But yeah, they fronted an ounce of weed to my friend. And if you don't know how much an ounce is, that's 28 grams. And if you sell that right, like if you kind of jit people, kind of short people out and stretch it out and finesse people here and there, you can make like $350 upwards, maybe 400 sometimes off of an ounce. So I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot of bud. It's a lot of selling, but I mean, it's worth it. So they fronted an ounce of weed to my friend and told him to sell it. I don't know how much they wanted back from it, but they gave him an ounce. And I didn't have a lot of money at the time, but I did have a car. And so I just basically wanted to make money. Didn't have a job. I had some felonies on my record, so couldn't really get a job. But I had a car, and I would drive people places for money, and just kind of make money with my car however I could here and there. It's a small town, everybody knew everybody, so a lot of people would ask me just for rides to just various places or come pick them up, do this and that if they gave me money. Take somebody to Charlotte to buy fucking Zans or whatever, and they'd pay me to do it. So that's how I'd make money. But I wanted to make real money. I wanted to make more money than that. So they gave 28 grams to my friend, and so he had no money invested into it. And so basically, I told him that I had somebody that wanted to buy the ounce, and I was like, yeah, bro, they want to buy it for this much, and you can keep this much, so it's a good deal for you. You should do it. And he was like, all right. So he gives me the ounce, and I basically just never come back. I just keep it for myself, and I start selling it so I can make my money. Now, y'all are probably thinking, how could you finesse your friend like that? And it's fucked up. Well, it wasn't my friend's money. It was those those mobsters' money. That's what everybody calls them, just to make fun of them. But I mean, they are pretty scary. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't fuck with them. They got guns and shit. Like, but people just call them that and just kind of to make fun of them a little bit. But they call them the Belmont Mafia. But to be honest, you really don't want to be on their bad side, because they will fuck with you and jump you and shit and chase you around with guns. Like, you just don't want to fuck with them. But I didn't give a fuck. I just wanted to make money, and I didn't think they were gonna do shit about it. So I just, I mean, that's a lot of money though. You gotta think, like, to me, that was a lot of money, and to them it was too, cause they're fucking trailer boys. So I started selling it, and I say about like 3 days in, I had sold about like half of it, and I'd made like, I don't know, $180 or 190 or some shit like that. I made a good bit of money, and they had been looking for me. Like, people had been texting me, uh, saying that I needed to get it back and shit. Like, I didn't know what was coming. This, that. They were gonna do this, break my leg, cut off my fingers, shit like that. I didn't really care. I didn't think shit was gonna happen to me. And then one day, I get a text from somebody who I knew, but I wasn't their friend. But I just knew them, and they said, I want this much, bud. Come through, sell it to me. I need. And so I was like, alright, that's money for me. But little did I know, those people that I took the ounce from, they had paid him to say that. so that I would come to the house that they were at, and so they could try and, you know, run up on me and raid my shit and steal their shit back and probably steal whatever I had on me, my wallet and all that shit. So I pull up to his house, and I had no fucking, like, I was not suspecting this shit at all. So my window was down, my car was off, my feet were kicked up. I was just waiting for this dude to come outside so I could uh, sell it to him. And the first kind of red flag that made me a little sketched was I looked in my rear view and I saw this Mexican dude that I knew him, and I knew he was friends with those trailer boys that I stole from, but I didn't think he knew about it. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't immediately just take off. I was just like, okay, well, that's him. You know, I don't really, it's just him. But it kind of sketched me out a little bit, just seeing him kind of walking up all slow behind me. But I didn't think he was walking at me. I just thought he was leaving, going somewhere. But then I look to the front of me, and I see this buff dude. Uh, he took steroids and worked out a lot, and basically, he's just a big dude. And I saw him kind of come out from the side of the house, and they were kind of closing in on me. And I didn't really realize that's what they were doing until it was a little too late. And big dude runs up to my car, and then I see three other people kind of like surrounding my car, like just running up to try to get into it. But I had the doors locked, thank God. But they start pulling at the handles and shit and like trying to get in, but they realize it's locked. But my window was down and my car was off, so I had no way of rolling my window up. And so they're basically punching me through the window, and big dude, buff steroid dude, jumps up onto like the railing of the car, and like he's holding on to the top of the car, and he's like up on my car using the top railing to like pull himself to hammer fist my face, like he's using it to propel himself and like just basically slam his fist into my face over and over again. And they're all just like getting their shots in, trying to like snatch what they can. But I mean, I had no, they weren't able to get into anything. And this whole time where they're beating my face in, I'm like fumbling, like fucking panicking, like oh shit, trying to grab my keys to turn the car on. Like fuck, like I dropped the keys and fucking they're shitting on me, punching my face in. Big dude especially is getting his fucking licks in, dude. He was mad as hell. He had his adrenaline up. I could fucking tell he was heated. And I finally got the car on through all the chaos with these five dudes at once just beating me through the window. And I was using my left hand to kind of try to, you know, block them and push them away. But I mean, that's not doing shit to five dudes, you know, slamming me. And then I finally get the car on, and I go to put it in drive, and I didn't realize it, but I choked and I put it in neutral, and I thought it was in drive. And so I pushed the gas, and the engine revs, and it's going like, but it's not going anywhere, obviously, because it's in neutral. But I didn't know it. And I was like, why am I not fucking moving? Are these people holding me back? And this whole time, they're still just wailing on my face, like, just beating the living shit out of my face. Because that's really the only thing they can hit is my face, because I'm in a car, and they're hitting me through the window. So obviously, at least they can't, like, stomp on me or anything like that. But they were just cracking my face, dude. Like, they are just beating my face in. Like, I cannot stress how hard they are hitting me. Especially big dude, bro. He has my car. He's on my car like a fucking zombie from the apocalypse. That's what it reminded me of. It was a bunch of zombies, bro. And so I was like, holy shit, these people are strong to hold my fucking car back from going. And then I look down and I realize I'm a dumbass and I have it in neutral. And so I finally get it in drive, and I just slam onto the gas, like hard. And I start to take off, and big dude finally jumps off my car, and the rest of them kind of like, I see him talk for a second as I'm taking off in the car, and then I see them pile up into big dude's Jeep, and they hop up in big dude's Jeep and chase me in the Jeep. And I get to the top of the hill and I bang a left, and I'm like, I'm going super fast, like I'm fucking shook. I'm telling you, dude, I was fucking shook. Like, I took the left and my tires screeched. Like, I cut this car off. I'm just trying to get the fuck out of there. Like, and they chase me. And then I bang another right, and I can still see them coming. They're like, I don't know, like 50 yards away. And I'm coming up to this intersection, and I don't think it would have mattered. I don't think they were gonna catch me anyways, but the light turns yellow as I'm going through it. So at that point, I'm pretty much safe. And so after that, uh, I'm basically home free. And so I just go back to my crib. Like, shit. Like, how am I gonna explain this to my fucking mom? Like, my face is just looking rough right now, boy. So I went to my friend's house, so I didn't have to, worry my mom about what the fuck happened to me, and stayed at his house for a couple days. But yeah, that's the story of how piss off the wrong people, what'll happen to you. So yeah, that's basically it. If y'all want to hear more stories, if anybody even watched this shit, uh, leave a comment and I'll make more. Cause I got plenty of fucking stories. I was a crazy little motherfucker when I was in high school. So yeah, hit me up for more stories, dude. Peace.